clearing things out. Air shifts, the excuses disappear, and you decide what's worth keeping. Out with watered-down mornings. Out with gimmicks. In with strength. In with standards. Black Rifle Coffee didn't discover patriotism when it became popular. They were founded on it. Built by veterans who understand discipline, service, and showing up before the rest of the world. These are the values they put into every bean they roast. If you want coffee that does its job, nothing more, nothing less, start with just black. Whole bean, if you grind it yourself, ground it to keep it simple, K-cup odds if speed matters. But strength still counts. No syrup hiding behind weak beans. No trendy nonsense, just bold American roasted coffee that wakes you up and keeps you sharp. This is the season to reset your standards and your mornings. You can grab Just Black at Walmart, Kroger, the local grocery store, any Black Rifle coffee shop, or go to blackriflecoffee.com and stock it from the source. Black Rifle Coffee, veteran founded, American roasted. This is America's coffee.
Got a backyard project or lawn to tame? For over 50 years, VP Racing Fuels has dominated racetracks around the world. Did you know your trimmer, chainsaw, or blower is a little air-cooled race engine, making VP Racing Fuels the logical choice to fuel it? Our specially formulated fuels promote smooth first starts and longer performing engine life. Available now at all your local retailers. Don't let low-quality fuels stall your weekend. When it matters most, choose VP Racing Small Engine Fuels.
We, the people of the United States, this week in American history, April 23rd, 1968, the United States ratifies the Civil Rights Act of 1968.
And on April 20th, 1912, the Boston Red Sox opened Fenway Park, one of the most iconic stadiums in American sports.
Counting down to America 250, only on Sirius XM Dixie 125.
Spring is here. We're getting close to summer, about a month from Memorial Day. Doing the usual cleaning around the house, and I started thinking about what about cleaning out my body too? You know, after months of heavier meals, sweets, and maybe your extra drinks, I wanted something to help me feel better day to day. That's why I started focusing on my liver. Look, it's your body's natural detox system. Now, I've been taking active liver for quite some time from New Nordic, and I really do love it. I mean, I do. I put it in my body every morning. Right on time, I get my first cup of coffee. And it comes in easy to take tablets or peach mango gummies. I take the gummies, they actually do taste good. And it's made with ingredients like turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract. Look, your liver works hard every day filtering toxins from everything you eat and drink. So giving it a little extra support just makes sense. Since I started taking it, I've noticed better digestion, less bloating, more consistent energy, all without doing anything extreme. You can find Active Liver at Amazon, right? Just go on Amazon and type in Active Liver New Nordic or New Nordic Active Liver, whichever way you want to start.
2 ounce. Yeah, that was, he took a stab that first time and missed the bag and then had to go back. Well played by both. Torres went to the bag and he saw McGonigal was coming on the right field side of second to field. An awkward flip back to second base too. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the left foot of Jake Rogers. He's down for an announced down on an A6 at left leg out. That sweeper caught the foot. His glove wasn't going to get there. He's playing a little hockey goalie back there. Baez is way off the third base too with how you lead. Over that shortstop ball with the left-handed hitting Yoshida at the plate. Lefties definitely limit the effectiveness of Masataka Yoshida. This ball on the ground a lot. Right, Hurtado should be a good matchup for him, left on left. Knows how to get the ground ball, sinker it down. 2-0. Don't want to walk this guy. 9 for 30 start, decent start, but he does lefties. Herder works over on the first base side of the rubber. Big, tall lefty sets. 2-0, not close. 3-0. Man. So if you can get back into this at bat, because ground ball pitcher against the lefty doesn't hit lefties, it hits a lot of ground balls. This should be a very good matchup. 3-0, sinker first right. Do it again.
Just Trevor Story struggling, but I know Trevor Story would much rather face a left-handed hitting Herder coming up too, with the bases loaded. It's an important hitter here for Brand Herder.
3-1, swinging a fly ball, center field, playable for Veerling. He's going to run to his left, toward right center, makes the catch. You'll see the routine fly. Great job by Brand Herder after opening walk from Flaherty. Flaherty comes out. Herder gets the last 2 outs. We head to the 5th in a 2-2 game. The Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
That first year in your new home matters. With preferred pricing, Redfin and Rocket Mortgage make the path to your next home easier. When you buy with a Redfin agent and finance through Rocket Mortgage, you can lower your interest rate by 1% for 1 year, or choose up to $6,000 in closing credits. See how it works at rocketmortgage.com or call 800-4ROCKET. Additional terms apply, not a commitment to lend. Rocket Mortgage LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org number 3030. Baseball is back in the D, and it's time to bring the bliss to game day. This season, crack open a carbless while you're cheering on the Detroit Tigers, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories with bold, unbeatable flavor. From tailgates outside the ballpark to watch parties at home, carbless is the MVP of your lineup. So when the Tigers swing big, you sip big. Carbless, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Hey, Matt Veerling here. From the stands, people see the highlights. Home runs, stolen bases, diving catches. What they don't see is the preparation to be ready for the unexpected. That's how I look at my car, too. Repairs can hit out of nowhere, and they're not cheap. With CarShield, you get the best defense against costly car repairs. When something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. You've got a plan. A CarShield plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
It's baseball season. You know what that means? It's Faygo time. Nothing beats an ice-cold Faygo. Faygo, the one true pop. Faygo is a proud sponsor of Detroit Tigers Radio.
The inning is brought to you by Tiger Law. All they do is win. Top of the order. McGonigal, Torres, Keith against the righty Zach Kelly. 2 full seasons at the major league level with Boston the last 2 years. Brief appearances in 2022 and 2023. First pitch to McGonigal. The outside edge for a called strike again. Lefties have the edge against this righty. Righties actually hit him in a pretty good clip last year as well. Sweeper away. 1 ball, 1 strike. McGonigal started the game with a sharp line drive single to center off Sonny Gray, who ended up coming out later. 11 batters in with right hamstring tightness. The 1-1. Cutter down and in. His ability to take pitches like that. The lefties might swing right over it. We've seen him take sliders like that in key situations. The 2-1. Ground ball right along the line at first. Gathered up by Contreras, so flip it to the pitcher Kelly, covering 1 up, 1 down, 5th inning. Check some scores from 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio Scoreboard, brought to you by Meyer, the official promotion retailer of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Everything else is later tonight. Cleveland right now leading the Central at 13-10. They're home against Houston. Houston's in trouble.
Having some trouble.
Their pitching is terrible.
He's on the IL.
Everybody's on the IL. They've got a team ERA of 6. Every team is in that 21 to 20 range. Torres takes a ball right around 40. I always think of Sparky Anderson saying, we're about to see 40 games in. It's like, well, okay, that seems pretty arbitrary. But it is amazing, Dan. Every year, if you look at kind of where teams are with their run prevention and with their run scoring at 40 games, where they rank, it's amazing how well that correlates with where they finish. Cutter misses down 2-1 on Torres. If you're top 5 in offense 40 games in, you're usually there at the end of the year. So 20 games isn't the marker, but I can tell you that Houston They got some serious issues with a 6 ERA. Line shot up the middle, right through Kelly, fielded by Meyer. He flips over to first. Gleyber Torres smoke ball. Somehow missed Kelly. Not that he was trying to hit him, but I don't know how Kelly got out of the way. It did look like that. Leaves it up to Cold Key.
You know, I'm not really sure how Sparky came up with that number.
Right.
If he had anything beside it, or if somebody just asked him and he just kind of plucked it out of the air.
Sparky wouldn't do that. Cold Key takes a cutter low and in.
And then it just turned out to be brilliant. Everybody talks about it.
And it's like, it doesn't mean anything. But it's just one of those times of the year when I just kind of check in. All right, 40 games, a quarter of the way in, let's check. And every year that I would do it, it'd be like, you know what? You look at the end of the year, it's like that 40 game mark really does, not for every team, but just in terms of where you are with your offense and your run prevention, it's a marker that kind of predicts where things are going to go. Tigers right now, speaking of markers, the best run prevention team in the American League. Cutter strike 2-1 on Cold Keith. Houston is at the wrong end, giving up 6 runs a game. The Tigers are giving up just under 3.5 runs a game.
Yeah, I think probably some of that has to do with the 40 games, thinking that, you know, the hitters have gone through their slow starts, and now you're kind of getting what you're probably going to be. Yeah, pitchers, okay, you know, they're the same thing.
2-1, sweeper in the dirt.
Everything is.
Where the fuck are you going? Where the fuck are you going, dude?
Oh yeah, that's the way that
that's probably why it still is.
Yeah.
Again, it's something that
Fucking
can guide
asshole.
you to what's going on and where it's going to end up. Royals just got swept by the Yankees after the Tigers swept them. They're struggling 7-15. Ground ball to first. Contreras will backhand the short hop, moving to his right. Flips it to the pitcher Kelly, covering. 3 easy ground ball outs, 2-3-1 put outs. Tigers go 1-2-3 in the 5th. We're at the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers trying to take 3 out of 4 from the Red Sox at Fenway. 2-2 tie. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
The NFL Draft this year, and take it from me, Christopher Russo. Mad Dog Sports Radio brings you the best NFL talk around.
It's around-the-clock analysis from your favorite hosts, including me, Adam Shine.
This is Stephen A. Smith. I'll tell you what I think, and I want to hear from you.
You guys are intelligent, infectious, and addictive. Give us all your hot takes. Talk about the NFL Draft with us.
On Mad Dog Sports Radio, 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, Channel 82, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Hi, I'm Andy Bashir. Each week on my podcast, I sit down with guests from all walks of life. Leaders, educators, creators, and everyday folks with extraordinary stories. We talk about what connects us. Family, faith, current events, pop culture, and the challenges we all share. It's a space for honest conversations, different perspectives, and a little more hope. Join me on the Andy Bashir podcast. Let's find common ground together. Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Or listen on the SiriusXM app.
Let the games begin. On SiriusXM, you get all the sports play-by-play you want and all the live sports talk you need. It's always a home game when you listen to the NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB on the all-new SiriusXM app.
How good is that?
We fuel your fandom with NASCAR, the biggest college games, PGA, and soccer. And when news breaks, hear instant reaction.
We got a big developing story out of Cincinnati.
The all-new SiriusXM app. Everything a sports fan needs, all in one place.
Hello?
Hey,
What's up?
well, just submitted all my paperwork.
Sweet.
So, and she left me a nice bundle in there to buy a car.
That's nice.
Yeah, well, actually adding a car, it took me up $102 a month.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad car payment.
No. Instead of already now, I'm at $300 a month.
Yeah.
So, that car will be paid off, everything will be paid off.
Yeah.
And it's a mix from taking out $75,000.
All right.
So now I just got to wait on the appraisal, and then they've got the lock date on my loan interest as of the 25th, which is the end of the week.
Okay. Well,
So maybe it'll move that fast.
See.
So,
yeah, she emailed me today apologizing. She's like, some other lady called me today, and she's like, well, are you working with Paige, or are you doing this and this and this? I said, let's just talking about some refi loan. And I said, well, both. She's like, it can't be both. I'm like, who the hell is this? You know? Like, who the hell is this? What do you mean it can't be both? I was doing that with Paige. Yeah.
I don't get it.
So, but it's all good.
Yeah.
She said she's gonna call. She apologized to me, replying to the email. I'm like, I said I've gotten 3 emails over the weekend saying that someone's been trying to call me. I have no missed calls from Huntington Bank.
Yeah. Well,
and Paige apologized. She's like, I'm sorry. She goes, I thought somebody dropped the ball. I will call you personally. I said, well, I'm in a video conference till 12:30. You can call me anytime after that. So.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, man. I'm sure you are. And I want to get the ball rolling on ours too. You know, I've never got the link though. I was like, I would have had that done already. You guys could have started the process today if you sent me the link. Now I get the link. I'm gonna go do it when I get home tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it took me to do she did a lot of questions on the phone ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I've talked to her maybe 4 or 5 times.
That's fine. Like I said, she said she was on. She's like, I don't think I'm gonna have to walk you through the way I had Bill do it. She goes, but I'm available anytime if you have questions while you're filling it out. She goes, I am gonna get you that link. I said, okay. You can text it to me if you want.
Then I found a car I want to go look at.
Oh, where's that at?
Actually, it's in Toledo somewhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got more miles than I want. It's everything, and the prices are better. It's under, I think it's like $9,000.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I like that part.
About the same year?
Within a year.
Yeah.
I don't remember which direction, but within a year. So, we shall see.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll be over there about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
All right, yeah, I'm running off to Defiance. I just got a couple of small things to do out here, and I'll head that way.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard yet from Will. He was supposed to come here today and button up the last few things. Like, one of the lights I bought at Costco fell.
Oh, shit.
So I had to go to Costco and get a new one. Yeah. So I'm just waiting on his ass. And then I'm going to do laundry and clean. And I've got tomorrow off, too. So,
yeah.
And I talked to Jolene. She's the only one I can find going to work. She's not sure because she's got issues with her mother.
Yeah.
But she says she can whip it out in a few hours, what I want her to do. So, $35 an hour. She's making good money.
Yeah, that's typical for that.
Yeah, but all going in her pocket. Uncle Sam ain't seen none of that.
No, yeah, that's true. A lot of them are those independent contractors like that. That's what my daughter-in-law does too. She's booked. I did finally get in touch with her yesterday. She's like, I do it. She goes, but I'm booked up. She goes, I'm literally bringing the baby with me to jobs. Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's cool, but I just want to get the house washed.
Yeah. And so let me reach out to Nicholas and ask him why McLean hasn't, because he's got your info. I don't know why he hasn't reached out to you if he was actually interested.
Yeah, and also though too, I'm getting a bid to do my fucking rubber roofs.
Yeah,
that's not gonna be. I got 5 of them got to be all replaced. The guys are like, man, what are these 20 years old? Nope, 41. Damn.
Are they bidding for you?
Huh?
Are they bidding on it?
Yeah, they're bidding it for me.
Okay, sweet.
And they're not bidding through their work; they're bidding through them.
Yeah. I'm sure they want to do it on the side.
Just keep in mind, too, guys. There's steaks and beer when you're done.
Yeah.
So I gave them a few beers that night too. So
that's cool.
Beer works wonders with contractors.
Oh, for sure.
So, all right, dude. I got a few things I want to knock out before I head out.
All right, brother.
All right, dude. Talk to you soon.
Yep. Bye.
Back again for limited engagement.
fucking 60 and a 70 here.
Takes him out, top of the fifth inning, 2-2 game. First pitch, big sweeper into the righty. Trevor Story was off the glove of Jake Rogers. Back to the screen behind home plate. 5, 6, 7 hitters, Story, Duran, and Durbin. And this will be a really nice outing for Herder if he can get multiple innings in. Just hone his repertoire and sharpness on his pitches. Like you said, he's looked good, but he's hardly pitched in the last 10 days. Tigers like him in the bullpen because he can go through an order. They like him at one time through the order with the deception, the stuff. Not stuff that's going to make you go wow, but the deception is where he thrives. Pitch away. He's always felt that one time through the order, hitters just don't get a good look at him. They might figure it out by the second time through, but by then he's gone. The 2-1. Ground ball chopped fouled on the third base line. 2-2 on Trevor Story, 1 for 13 with 8 strikeouts in the series. In a miserable start to last season, the first time he'd stayed healthy after signing a long-term deal with Boston, 2 injury-shortened seasons. 2-2, swing and a miss. That's how you attack Trevor Story right now. Set him up for the fastball, 92 away, lunged across home plate, couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's just amazing the way the Tigers keep attacking him with those fastballs. And they're up in the strike zone, up and away like that, and just swinging right underneath them. Doesn't matter if it's right-handers, left-handers, get up in that zone right there, and right now, Trevor Story just can't find it.
Sweeper to the lefty, Jaron Duran outside ball 1. Final line for Jack Flaherty in this game. Brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. The 1-0. Soft ground ball to the first base line. Herder will field. Little backhand flip softly to Keith. You got to get there a little quicker to get Duran, who flies down that baseline, but he got enough on the little backhand. 1-3 put out for the second out in the fifth.
That's one of those plays right there where what's going through your head as a pitcher, that you're going to try to tag him. Do I have enough time to tag him? Do I have enough time? And he wasn't quite close enough to do that. That's what caused him to have to shovel it. I don't know if being right-handed, maybe your glove's a little bit closer over there, possibly, where you could have reached up and tagged him.
No, he did the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
Durbin takes a pitch outside. Again, that final line for Flaherty, 3 1/3. 2 runs, both unearned on 3 hits, so none of that sounds bad. And then comes the next part of the line. 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. And the walks are a problem. It's 20 walks for Jack Flaherty in 23 innings of work. Line drive to short, 2 steps to his left. McGonigal makes the catch. Durbin hit it hard. He's had 3 good at-bats today. He lines out, and it's a 1-2-3 5th inning for Grant Herder and the Tigers. Tigers batted in the 6th, trying to take this series in Boston. We're tied at 2 after 5 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love, standing in line. So we made a VIP entrance so you can do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your Comerica bank card, you'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at Comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
The Declaration of Deals is happening now at one of the Snefcamp Automotive family's 4 locations. The Snefcamp family has served Michigan customers for over 100 years. Now, 4 generations later, they've grown to 4 convenient locations in Highland Park, Gaylord, Midland, and Redford. Snefcamp, a name you can trust. For your new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, visit Snefcamp today.
Snefcamp, Detroit's original. Snefcamp.
is the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every day to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Sixth inning today. This brought to you by the Jack Nimmer Automotive Group. Experience the Denver difference. Pitch count's no longer an issue because both starters are out. Gray with a hamstring injury. Jack Flaherty just didn't have the command today. Pitch counts every game. Brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Flaherty, 73 pitches, just 41 strikes. Ronnie Green against the new pitcher Giovanni Moran comes in. Lefty. As Dan mentioned, first pitch fouled in and out of the glove of the catcher Narvaez. Pitched 3 innings, 41 pitches on Saturday. Not too often you see a guy come back 2 days later, 1 day of rest after pitching 3 innings. Stress-free 3 innings. And we figure he's in here to get Kerry Carpenter out of the game. Change up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Green, Dingler, Carpenter here in the 6th.
3 scoreless innings on Saturday, just giving up a hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Had good success against lefties so far this year, retiring 14 of 16.
1-1. Green fouls it over the screen. Carpenter's at the top step right now with Dingler in the on-deck circle. I also see a batter who's hidden from view, but I see the right hand. It looks like the right hand of Jahmai Jones waggling a bat ball back and forth, swinging in a foul. I think I'm recognizing the right hand in the glove of Jahmai Jones. So you would think he's going to pinch hit for Carpenter. Might depend on the situation. If it's 2 outs, base is empty, maybe not. The only other lefty is going to be the closer, Chapman. So keeping Jahmai Jones in the game wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. If he's going to face another pitcher, chances are it might be a lefty.
Unless they want to keep Carpenter in for those 7th, 8th
Right.
innings against a right-hander coming out.
So chances are the next pitcher he would face would be in the 9th, right?
If there's no action,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the calculation. That's the calculation. Pitch in the dirt for A.J. Hinch. It's not just this at bat, but what does that mean for later in the game? 3-2 to Riley Green, up and away. Big miss. 91 mile an hour four-seamer. Riley Green draws a walk for the 2nd time today. Let's pause right now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers.
For 24/7 baseball talk, interviews, and game analysis. After the game, check out MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM 89.
Dylan Dingler, 4 for 5 in the game yesterday. 4 RBIs. Tigers somehow got 2 balls out of here yesterday. Change up low and away on a miserable kind of a misting rain and a light rain and a kind of heavy light rain that didn't stop until after the 8th inning. Jones hit one over the Green Monster, deepest part of left center. Dylan Dingler hit a home run to straightaway center. The wall drops down about half the height of the 35-foot Green Monster. He hit it over that at straightaway center. Pitches to Dingler, misses 2-0, and so quickly Narvaez is out to have a word with his lefty, Giovanni Moran.
Well, again, Dan, I mean, you don't know how sharp he's going to be, after 41 pitches on Saturday.
You just don't see this very often.
No.
You just don't.
I mean, that's
for a reason.
There's probably some good stiffness yesterday after throwing that many pitches. Yeah. Warming up in the bullpen, then 3 innings of warm-ups before you're even into the inning. That's another probably 24 pitches.
Tommy John wiped out most of the last 2 years. Fastball down at 92, 3-0 on Dingler. Carpenter's in the on-deck circle. If there are 2 on, does that change the equation?
I
gotta believe it does. We'll see. 3-0. Going away. These are big misses.
Yes.
And that will be The end of the day for Kerry Carpenter. He immediately heads to the dugout. Low 5 with Jemai Jones as he strides to home plate. Miranda struggled in his career with his command. 6 walks, 15 strikeouts in 13 innings this year. I don't think there's any question seeing how badly he's missing. After getting ahead of Riley Green 1-2, I don't believe he doesn't feel as sharp as he did 2 days ago. Nathan Bailey out to have a word. Jemai Jones, Dan started the year 0 for 12, then he had the RBI single in the 10-9 win over Kansas City. He's been stinking the ball ever since. He's jumping on first pitches. He's being a little more patient, getting a pitch to drive. Either way, he's hitting home runs, doubles, hard line drive singles.
But the way you described those home runs hit by he and Dylan Dingler, because it was a miserable damn day. Balls not traveling.
Balls should not be going over the green monster.
Where they hit those balls, that'll tell you just what a charge they put in. And we've seen that power from Jemai Jones. I mean, he has got that prestigious power. That was a line drive off that light tower, bottom of the light tower.
First pitch, change up, middle. He takes it for strike one. The Browns cheer here at Fenway Park in Boston. Righties this year for 29. Definitely had the edge his last healthy season in 2023. Ground ball foul past Joey Cora down the third base line. Joey very close with his brother Alex, manager of the Boston Red Sox, and they always get together, have dinner. AJ Hinch calls him his little brother. He said, I know Joey's his brother, but to me, Alex is like my little brother. They are very, very close. He enjoys matching wits with his good friend. Soft line drive, base hit into center field off the end of the bat. But in the score comes Riley Green. Throw will go to second base. Tigers go first to third. Dingler slides in safely at third. Jemai Jones pinch hitting on an 0-2. Singles into center field, and the Tigers take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, he just got a changeup, and it was a pretty good pitch down and away, and he just reached out and just poked it into center field. And, man, his base running, too. If that throw goes to third base, Jemai Jones was halfway to second.
I like how he expanded the strike zone just a little bit, Dan. He saw the changeup, knew he could get to it, even though it was off the plate. You say, went down, stayed on it. Terrific at-bat for Jemai Jones. He's hot. That's going to be the end of the day for Moran. After 3 superb innings Saturday, cannot retire a batter today. Tigers have runners at the corners, nobody out, with 3-2 lead, trying to take this series at Fenway. Well, the Sox make the change. We'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Mornings are tough. At Big Blue, we know our coffee and other delicious drinks are a great way to get ready to face the day. But you're listening to the radio.
Hey, Jared, sorry. I was occupied. I don't have a mirror butt in.
That PowerPoint won't know what hit it. Great.
I don't even think I'm going to bring you guys in with me. What I got to do inside there should only take a minute.
Feeling great yet? Come visit Bigby, and we'll make it even better with a signature latte. Bigby makes it better.
I think I'm going to go to Big Boy.
Get a bite to eat. Number one Ford dealer in Michigan has set some high expectations. So we're stepping up our game by adding all-stars to the roster, ready to deliver home runs for our customers. Bill Brown Ford's team is built around experience and hustle, because in Detroit, we know that being number one means putting in the work every day. That's how you bring home the win. Bill Brown Ford in Livonia, Michigan's number one Ford dealer. Number one Ford dealer is based on Ford's new total retail sales reports for 2025. It starts at sunrise. For over 60 years, National Coney Island has been making the good stuff. From the classic Coney dog to our original chicken hottie and award-winning chili. We serve up value in every mouthwatering meal every day. Family-owned goodness that is always fast, fresh, and friendly. Dine in or order online at nationalconeyisland.com. National Coney Island is proud to be the official chili of the Detroit Tigers.
Tigers have taken a 3-2 lead on the RBI pinch hit single from Jemai Jones. Runners at the corners, one out. Greg Weiser, one of the big three at the back end, takes over on the mound. First pitch, fastball, strike. So Matt Vierling, he was raising his hands up out of the way, didn't challenge those. Strike one.
Boy, you'd love to see the crooked number go up for the Tigers here. In a good position here. First and third with nobody out. Already one run in.
Weiser works extreme third base out of the rubber to strike one. Sinker. Matt Vierling jumping out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Weiser's got a full array. The sinker, four-seamer, sweeper, changeup, will mix in the slider and curveball.
It's been a rock in the bullpen for Alex Cora the last 2 years. Fastball, strike, inner half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vierling with a double. Saw 9 pitches before striking out in his last at-bat. That was against Coulomb. A chance to drive in a run by getting the ball to the outfield here. This is a ground ball pitcher on the mound. Weiser knows how to get the ball on the ground, get the double play, swing and a miss instead. Matt Vierling for the second straight at bat. He's been hot, strikes out. That's the first out of the 6th inning. And brings up Ha-Yu Lee. That was just power. Not a big fastball, but it plays up in the strike zone. That brings up Ha-Yu Lee, singled off the end of the bat, first major league hit, first pitch, 95. A little more on the sinker, swing and a miss.
A little bit of an uncomfortable delivery from Weiser to the right-handers. Kind of slings it from down sidearm, kind of shoots across his body a little bit.
Strike one, swing and a foul out of play. So that four-seam fastball, which averages right around 93, 94. With that low arm release, it's got that, what we talk about, that low vertical approach angle, and makes it really tough. Tend to swing under that pitch, tend to not make solid contact, and you can get swing and miss there. The 0-2, swing and miss. Paired with a sweeper that starts over by third base and ends over by the on-deck circle for the home team. And that's a tough at-bat for a righty.
Yeah, that is. And up to Jake Rogers, who's swinging it pretty doggone good right now. Likes to hit in this ballpark. See if he can come up with a 2-out hit. Just want to see if he can get more than 1 out of this inning.
3-2 Tigers, top of the 6th. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss.
Those are on the outside part of the plate, too. So the right-handed hitters are maybe giving a little bit on that front side and making it hard to catch up with those fastballs away.
Strike one, swing and a miss. He's just pounding the upper part of the strike zone.
And if he throws that sweeper like he threw to Ha-Yu Lee, with Jake Rogers kind of giving a little bit, because that was a big sweeper he threw to Ha-Yu Lee.
This is not a guy who gets a ton of swing and miss. He's getting a lot of these last 2 at-bats, now last 3 at-bats. Rogers going to have to battle. The 0-2. Strike 3 call. Throws him with a sinker. What a performance. Rick Weiser inherits a first and third. No-out jam. Throws 10 pitches. Strikes out 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tigers take the lead on the Jahmai Jones single. To the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-2 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
What's up, people? This is Sebastian Maniscalco. Can you believe this? My friends at SiriusXM gave me my own channel, Sebastian Maniscalco's Comedy Radio. This channel is handpicked by me for you. My exclusive 24/7 comedy channel is up and running. Channel 99 and on the SiriusXM app.
No barriers, just stars. Pro Wrestling Nation.
I'll be right back. Let me set something just in case it takes a minute.
The biggest stars. The greatest wrestling couple of all time.
Chelsea Green is here.
Thank you, guys. I can't wait to come back and chit-chat more.
CM Punk is here.
I remember when I signed my WWE contract, I got called a sellout.
When I said that, I didn't think you were going to have the career that you were going to have.
The pulse of the squared circle is on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
24/7. It's quite incredible.
Channel 156.
Hey, baseball fans, Connor Bryan here. We celebrate another season of America's pastime on SiriusXM. Join me on my station, Connor Bryan Radio. You can't listen to baseball all the time. It's just not possible. Trust me, I've tried. So when you're not listening to Shohei Ohtani or Juan Soto go yard, head on over to my channel to catch episodes of my podcast, Connor Bryan Needs a Friend, where you can listen to highlights from my years in late night, along with a bunch of other great content. That's Connor Bryan Radio, channel 104, right here on SiriusXM.
24/7, 365 coverage of all things NASCAR. All things NASCAR happens exclusively on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, channel 90.
Brand Herder, big sweeper down and away to Marcelo Meyer. Ball one, 8-9-1 hitters. Bottom of the sixth inning. Tigers have just taken their first lead of the day. Single runs in the third, fourth, and sixth. 3-2 Tigers. Ground ball soft to short. McGonigal 3 steps to his right, gathers off the dirt, fires over to first to get a speedy runner by inches. Fine play by Kevin McGonigal. 1 up and 1 down in the sixth.
Yeah, just kind of took his time, made sure he got in front of it. That little crow hop settled his feet, and then right over the top, threw a strike right over to Cole Keith.
Really impressed with the accuracy of his throw.
Yes.
He's got enough arm to play third or short, but when you're accurate like that,
with different arm angles too. You know, even when he's throwing down, where he's kind of rushing a little bit, he's still very accurate. I mean, he knew he had just enough time. Instead of rushing the play and everything, just kind of surrounded it.
Gathered it up.
Yep. He took that little crow hop and a strike.
Sinker strike to Narvaez. Sacrifice and a walk. Torres at second base, shades up the middle. The outfield kind of shifts to the right most of the game. Change up, swing and a foul. Looked like it might have caught the bare hand of Jake Rogers. No balls and 2 strikes. You tend to play even the right-handed batters this way, even if they're pull hitters, because you want to play to the gaps. The 0-2 sinker away, kind of like in Houston, where they just concede the left field corner because you're not going to get a triple over there. And if you shed your left fielder just a little toward the left center field gap, take maybe a few more hits away up the gap. The 3-1-2, high fly ball left field. This is trouble. Green going back, looking up. Off the Green Monster, one big hop. Riley Green will flip that into Kevin McGonigal. Narvaez on a 1-2. That probably would have been a home run in many ballparks. Doubles with 1 out.
And that was just a sweeper that looked like it may have stayed in the middle of the plate. After a couple of pitches, a sinker and a changeup going down and away, that one coming right in to Narvaez, and just stayed a little bit too much in the middle, and he's able to get the barrel to it.
That's a potential tying run at second base. Narvaez does not have much speed. Roman Anthony batting. First pitch sinker up and in, ball 1. Single to left. Almost never scores anybody here at Fenway Park. To right field to center field, even Narvaez can score. Sinker for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, thinking about that the other day, and if you're that left fielder and you charge the ball extremely hard, it's very hard for that third base coach to send you, because you're just basically on the other side of shortstop when you come in and gather that hit.
1-1. Sinker up and in. 2-1 on Roman Anthony. Still shy of his 22nd birthday. We're going to see the Sox again in a couple of weeks, so he'll still be 21 years old when we see the Sox. He turns 22. There goes Narvaez to third base. You got a walking, running lead. Can't have that. Pitch inside. 3-1. A walking, running lead on Brand Herder. And no throw from Jake Rogers.
Well, I don't even think he was looking back at him. You know, just had his head turned, just focused on getting the hitter.
Tigers infield will come in.
Soft ground ball fouled on the first baseline.
All right, this is a good time right here for Brent Herter to get a strike. See how much confidence he has in that sweeper. It's been having that good amount of sinkers on that inside part of the plate, getting Roman Anthony kind of used to seeing that ball in there, getting that front side to pull out a little bit, see if he throws that sweeper cutting across the plate, and hopefully runs out of bat.
There's some swing and miss in this bat. 3-2. Swinging line drive, base hit into center. We're tied at 3. Sinker was up, much to Anthony's liking. Narvaez scores. We're tied 3-3.
Yeah, I think they just decided, you know what, let's not take a chance, and went to that sinker, but it was on the inside part of the plate. He shot it back up the middle. You know, there was that steady diet of the pitches inside, and you could just see him kind of cheating into that area. And right there, that one stayed there, and he just cheated enough to be able to shoot that into center.
Tyler Holton getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. Changeup gets a half cut from a good hitter, Wilson Contreras, strike one. Contreras did the Tigers a big favor last time up. He tried to bunt on the first pitch when Jack Flaherty was on the ropes. He walked 2 to start the inning. He tried to sacrifice bunt, fouled it off. Then he took the bunt off. I'm sure he was doing that on his own anyway. And then he popped out. You and I were both thinking, boy, if he charges this first pitch with Flaherty struggling, look out. Contreras has had nothing but good at-bats this entire series. Only a couple of hits, but he keeps hitting the ball hard. He's a dangerous hitter. There goes Anthony. Pitch outside. Throw to second base. Too high. Off the glove of Gleyber Torres. Trickles behind him. McGonigal's there. One thing you have to be able to do if you're protecting a lead, you have to be able to stop the running game. And Brent Herter right now is not. Just the second steal of the year for Anthony.
Yep. And again, I just think that right now the Red Sox are trying anything they can to make some things happen. Like you were just describing, a bunt and a safety squeeze, and they did make something happen in that first inning that led to a couple of unearned runs.
Herter checks Anthony, checks swing on a sinker, fouled out of play. Holton's ready in the Tigers bullpen. You would think he's going to get Abreu. This is the 9th batter for Brent Herter. This is one full trip through the lineup. Torres keeping an eye on Anthony, trying to shorten that lead at second. That's a potential go-ahead run. Anthony runs well. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Wow. Wild swing from Contreras, helping out Brent Herter. He just flailed for the second out.
Yeah, that's a changeup. Good foot off the plate.
My goodness.
Yeah, thinking that that's going to be a sweeper coming back into the barrel of the bat, and it didn't. Man, that's way off the plate.
AJ Hinch will ride with Brent. Ground ball cued off the end of the bat of Wilyer Abreu, about 6 inches outside the bag at third. Oof. That would have scored a run. Abreu today 0 for 2, 2 for 13 in the series. He and Contreras really the only ones in this lineup with decent numbers. Yoshida does in limited at bats, but 5 through 9 hitters all struggling to one extent or another. 0-1, swing and a miss. Jake Rogers is having to lunge for these pitches. The changeup he had to lunge for, he got a swing and miss. He had to lunge for that sinker. I mean, you talk about a big miss. He was set up outside. He had to lunge inside, and for some reason, Abreu, pretty disciplined hitter, swung at a pitch that was 8 inches off the plate.
I think he was cheating or knew that Jake Rogers was set up outside and thought maybe that sweeper was coming. And as soon as he saw it on the inside part of the plate, he says, okay, there comes the sweeper, and it just cut the other way.
83 game. We're in the 6th inning, man. At second, 2 outs. Herter's missing big with his pitches. See if we can dial it back in. Checks the runner. The 0-2. Sweeper down and away. Pretty good strike throwing in his time on the mound, but some of the misses are surprisingly big.
And it hasn't been that way in the last several outings for Brant Herter. But again, it's only been, 3 pitches in the last 10 days.
Rogers setting up away, the 1-2. Swinging a line drive to left field, hit it hard. Riley Green going back, tracking it. He'll make the catch, backpedaling onto the warning track by the Green Monster. Brady squared it up and lines out. End of the 7th inning, 3-3 game after 6. Tigers and Red Sox in Boston. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Myers.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. We know that when you're hurt, hiring a law firm with the most experience can mean the difference between getting everything you deserve or walking away empty-handed. We're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm. Our lawyers have over 600 years of collective experience, 600 years. And that matters because more experience means more money and more wins for our clients. Our experience pays. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
It's natural to have questions about what's next, from a diagnosis you never expected or a treatment plan that feels complicated and short on options. But you always have a choice. To believe your path forward should have clarity and confidence with access to pioneering therapies and the latest clinical trials. Cancer is everything we do, and we do it all right here in Michigan. At Carmanis, you can get a second opinion appointment within 7 days. Call us at 1-800-CARMANIS.
Get great tasting food made to order. Why the sheets not? Enjoy what you want when you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Order online at sheets.com or on the app.
Seventh inning is brought by Snefcam, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The Snefcam Automotive family celebrating 100 years in 4 great Michigan locations. Garrett Whitlock oftentimes gets the 8th. Again, it's kind of a big trio of relievers at the back end. Weissert, Whitlock, and then the ageless one, Aroldis Chapman, still has triple digits in that back pocket. Kevin McGonigal takes ball 1. Whitlock is not generally a 2-inning outing guy. Check swing 1-1. He usually works 1 inning at a time. But given how Alex Cora uses bullpen, it feels like he might be being asked to go 2 here. Line drive into the netting above the Red Sox dugout. First base side, 1 and 2 on McGonigal, 1 for 3 today.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of urgency in this game.
Yeah.
Just the way that Alex Cora is managing and just some things we haven't seen on the bases with the Boston Red Sox, being aggressive on the bases. Guys stealing, Narvaez stealing third, a couple of bunt attempts, one successful.
The 1-2, swinging a high fly ball, right center field deep, going back. Duran by the bullpen makes the catch. Kevin McGonigal made it big. That's the wrong part of the ballpark. Deep is part of the ballpark. Just to the right of the 420 marker by the home bullpen. Terrific swing. Nice catch by Duran because he was about to run into the wall.
Boy, a couple feet to the right. That was going to be really interesting. That may have had home run distance over there into the Red Sox bullpen.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Hard off the bat. Went about 390. Sliders swing and a miss. Whitlock is tough.
Yeah, it's just 3 pitches, sinker, slider, changeup.
Shuts down righties, shuts down lefties. Torres takes a slider strike, falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Torres challenging the strike 2 call. Tigers are down to their last challenge, and they win this challenge.
Yeah, Gleyber challenged, and it was a strike. So they're out now. Yeah.
I had Dingler on my mind challenging me.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I guess when a Tiger challenges, usually Dingler, and it's easy, right?
And that was the other thing that was really not mentioned. 4 for 5 yesterday, and 2 correct challenges. He was doing it all.
The 1-2, swinging a foul out of play. So Tigers are out of challenges. Torres challenged, and it was a strike. Now, you would think that Alex Cora is going to try to cover the last 9 outs and maybe 2 pitchers. Line drive caught! At first base by Contreras, reached up with a backhand. Torres had a line drive single to right until the glove of Contreras got in the way.
I mean, that's a typical Gleyber Torres at bat right there, and that just shows you the defensive positioning and how good it is. They get those printouts and they say, look, you got to play Gleyber Torres right here, and all it took was Contreras one step to his right.
Cole Keith hits a fly ball slicing down the left field line deep but foul, and that will get into the seats. Not quite monster distance. Keith is 0 for 3 today, and that just means he's due. Good swing first time up, lined out to center field, 2 ground balls since. Came in hitting .317. Slider in the dirt. Righties last year hit .214 with no power. Lefties hit .197 with no power. Body to first base, nicely done. All of his momentum going toward third. Gets Colt Keith easily at first. Trevor Story's played a good series defensively after an off year last year. 7th inning.
How good Jeremiah Love is. Who will be the next fantasy football star? You need a quarterback in rookie draft. Fernando Mendoza. He's a back-end first-round selection in 1 quarterback league. Your pick-by-pick analysis from a fantasy football perspective. Live coverage begins Thursday at 8 Eastern on Channel 87 and the Sirius XM app.
Hey, it's Steve Phillips. If you love baseball and a little chaos, welcome to the leadoff spot with Eduardo Perez, Xavier Scruggs, and me. We break down stories across the league, debate the hot takes, and yes, dad jokes happen, like this one. Why was the baseball stadium so cool? Because it was full of fans. Great baseball talk and jokes so bad they should come with a warning label. The leadoff spot, weekday mornings from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM Channel 89, and anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy. This is Larry the Cable Guy, and we're excited to tell you about our exclusive Sirius XM channel, Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians, like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few. By the way, she was nice. And we each host our own shows every week. Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup, Sirius XM 97, your home for great American comedy. I'm in a New York.
Back again for limited engagement. The Billy Joel Channel. Channel 105. And on the Sirius XM app.
Three game. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tyler Holton on the mound. Some change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Masataka Yoshida at the plate. Left on left. Line drive up the middle and a base hit. Sweeper Yoshida on an 0-1. Singles to center field to start the 7th inning.
Just one of those dangerous hitters. I know they're struggling to find a spot for him, but I don't know. That guy had the game-winning hit on Friday night. Just bounced that one over first base. Stayed in on that sweeper and just lined it into center field. Tyler really pitched well on Saturday.
He did.
Good 2 innings, no hits, couple of strikeouts, really good cutter.
Cutter in on the righty, Trevor Story. Too far inside. Ball one. But Tyler doesn't have the big fastball some others have. How do you attack with his 5-pitch mix?
That Cutter on that outside part of the plate was really good.
Cutter away. So 1 in, 1 away. 2-0 on Story. You have to find a way to get this guy to swing the bat because he's not swinging it well.
And then the other thing that Tyler Holton was much better at, that changeup. So down and away changeup was a lot better.
2-0. Missed with a cutter in. 3-0 on Trevor Story. 1 for 14 with 9 strikeouts in this series. Came in hitting 190. The only hitting he has done this year is when there are runners in scoring position. He's only had one of those at-bats this series. Fastball up and in. Oh, my goodness. Walked him on 4 pitches. Tyler Holton generally has good command. We talked about this earlier in the year, but the oddity is his walks this year. That's his 5th walk. Most have been 4-pitch walks. Go figure.
And this is Tyler's.
All 5 of his walks this year, Dan, have been on 4 pitches. That's hard to explain.
Yeah, he threw 28 pitches on Saturday, and this is his third outing in 4 days. Kind of like Moran, you just wonder how sharp he might be. He's feeling it a little bit.
I think that 4-pitch walk just told us something.
Yeah.
Bunt attempt and bunted foul by Jaron. Duran has been pinch hit for it, so this is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Would think they'd ask him to bunt again. This is why teams want this guy. He's got a good glove. He's a middle of the infielder defender, and he can do things like lay down a sacrifice when you need it. Squares again. Change up low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitching in at the corners. Keith coming in. Change up for a strike. Kiner-Falefa takes. Crowd boos. 1 and 2. Holton knows how to get the ball on the ground every year. High double play rate in terms of opportunities. A bunt attempt again. He bunts it foul on the first base line and strikes out, in the crowd not happy. Wow. How about that? Do the fundamentals, Kiner-Falefa.
My goodness, that's a cutter. Almost hit him in the knee. This is another one. It's way off the plate, trying to go away with it, and that one just kept cutting on the inside part of the play. That ends up a good foot inside. No wonder he bunted it foul.
That's a big out. Caleb Durbin batting. First pitch changeup low and away.
That changeup, even though it's away, is starting to get the action that Tyler Holton wants. That down and away from right-handers rather than that cutting action.
2 good swings plus a walk today for Durbin. Cutter strike in the middle of the plate. Walk, double off the green monster, kind of a routine fly ball. Then he lined out his last time up. Had good swings this series. RBI double in the 9th inning yesterday. 2 hits in game 1. The 1-1. Swinging a pop foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-3 game. We're in the 7th inning. Strikeout updates. Brought to you every game by Car Bliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Tiger pitchers now with 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. 6 walks from Jack Flaherty. 6 strikeouts for Boston pitchers. 1-2, ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Gleyber Torres. He's got no play. He's going to flip over to third, but everybody's safe. Durbin hit it in just the right spot. The wrong spot for the Tigers. Torres saved a run by ranging far to his right, well on the left field side of second base to make sure the ball didn't get to the outfield. Bases are loaded. And we'll have a pinch hitter, Cedon Rafaela.
Just tried to sneak up on, try to get Yoshida. They weren't
falling for it.
Chris Fetter heads out to the mound. Nobody throwing in that Tigers bullpen. Cedon Rafaela strides to the plate.
Yeah, Rafaela was going to go into the outfield for Jaron Duran, so might as well pinch hit him right here for Meyer and then just move Kiner Falefa to second base.
Rafaela's off to a solid start. Comes into this game hitting .279. Pretty aggressive hitter. You can play to that aggressiveness, especially with men on base. First pitch, backdoor cutter, strike one. Swing and a miss. Change up down. Quickly falls behind. No balls, two strikes.
Boy, those were sequenced just about perfect. That cutter on the outside part of the plate and then followed it up with that changeup going the opposite direction, but again on that outside part of the plate.
The 0-2, swinging line drive, base hit past the outstretched glove of Cole Keith. That's going to score two. Down the right field line. Throw comes in from right field, bounces off the glove of Cole Keith. Runner coming home, and he's out at home plate. Durbin tried to score. Down to second goes Rafaela. He just took a pitch away and punched it down the right field line. Keith was in tight. It glanced off his glove. And then sloppy play by the Tigers. But it's fortunate Colt Keith getting Durbin, trying to score from first after he bobbled the throw from Wetzel Perez and right. But two big runs for the Red Sox in a 5-3 lead.
No, that's exactly it, Dan. They just kind of stayed out there with those three pitches, and that's all Rafaela had to do was that changeup stayed just up enough, and it was off the plate, probably a good 6 inches. Down and away wasn't a strike, and he just reached out and poked it into right.
Changeup misses low and away to Carlos Narvaez. Single 4-pitch walk. Strikeout. Infield single. Line drive single. That scored two. Swinging a foul and then kind of sloppy play. Perez got the ball in, but bobbled by Cole Keith. The ball trickled away, and that's when Durbin tried to score. Keith stayed with the play. Calmly made a throw to Jake Rogers at home plate to cut down Durbin. The 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt, bounces away from Jake Rogers. 2-1 on Narvaez. Rafaela ends up on third with a wild pitch. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter up. Heavy cutter used today. Cutter changeup. Doesn't throw his fastball a ton. Hardly seen it at all in this one.
And that's kind of the reasoning. You've got to keep them a little bit honest inside, or they're just going to be able to reach out and handle those really good pitches on the outside corner.
2-2, ground ball up the middle. Torres will backhand, throw to first, and off the glove of Colt Keith. Rafaela scores. Big add-on run. Torres threw to first. Wasn't a tough hop, but Colt Keith just couldn't handle it.
Yep, Labor ranging well up there, took his time, throwing sidearm with all his momentum, going over to third, and looked like one of those ones that probably Colt Keith will tell you he should have came up with that ball.
Yep. At a minimum, I mean, it's bouncing as he reached. It was bouncing at his glove. At a minimum, you get a nice, easy short hop if you get that glove out there.
Yeah.
Not an in-between hop. 6-3 Sox. Anthony at the plate. Sinker way off the plate. 2-0. Worth repeating the oddity for Tyler Holton. 5 walks now in his 10 innings of work. All 5 have been on 4-pitch walks. That's just something you don't see. 3-0 here on Roman Anthony's. He misses with another sinker. Drew Anderson getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. 3-0 fastball off the plate and in. He walked it on 4 pitches. That'll be the end of the day for Tyler Holton. 3 runs in for the Red Sox. They've got a 6-3 lead while the Tigers make the change in the 7th. We'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
These days, prices are going up all over. You have to stretch every dollar. That's why Wallside is stretching out your payments with 82 months, 0% interest, plus half off every window. Wallside's energy-efficient windows means lower heating and cooling costs. This never-before offer, 82 months, 0% interest, will never come again. From your place for affordable quality, Wallside. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
We are Figer Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. For over 70 years, Figer Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Figer Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Here we are.
Well, rookie's out of town, so you're up, kid. Oh, strong energy. And you picked a good ride for your debut. Bronco, removable top, open air, plenty of room, and comfortable enough to stay all night. That's what I'm talking about, see? Reliable, like the Bronco family. In stock right now.
I mean, traffic was brutal.
Whoa, easy. You've been replaced.
By the dog?
He calls a good game. And he appreciates the great offers happening now at your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer.
Drew Anderson takes over on the mound. Tyler Holton gives up 3 here in the 7th inning. Couple of 4-pitch walks. Some bad luck. They called the ground ball to Torres a single. Really, I guess you probably had to because, I don't know, I think you could give Cole Keith an error on that. I know they wouldn't. They'd give the error to Torres because the throw hit the dirt. But
Sounds like Tigers are blowing it.
Cole Keith would tell you that's a play he's got to make.
Yeah.
Got to be able to scoop that ball. Not a hard scoop. It's not an in-between. Fly ball, center field. This one's hit hard off the bat of Wilson Contreras. That building will make a fine running catch. Over by the whole bullpen in deep center field. Drew Anderson comes in. Contreras hits it hard.
All right.
Heavy damage, though. 8 under the plate and 3 runs for the Sox. We head to the 8th inning. 6-3 Boston. Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We know what
Yo.
You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers.
I'm going to take you guys in Big Boy. I think I'm going to go to Big Boy.
We also know
Let's
what you
see.
don't love, standing in
2
line.
o'clock.
So we made a VIP entrance so you can do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your Comerica bank card, you'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at comerica.com/yourcard. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC, equal opportunity lender. Rookie, you look like you just finished a road series.
3 fields, 2 extra in about 600 miles.
And the Ford Explorer went the distance.
Smooth the whole way. Gear in the back, driver assist tech that made the highway easy.
That's road trip capability. And power when you need it. Comfort when it counts.
So, if someone's ready to step up to the plate,
they're in stock and ready to go.
Plus, with a great deal from your
Neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer. You catching on?
Northville Lumber is Michigan's Trex decking leader in the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. NorthvilleLumber.com.
Brought to you by Varsity Ford. Visit Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. Hardest working players brought to you by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball. The hardworking people who make it possible. We're gonna hold out for the hardest working player, for the hero at the end of this game. Got a couple of candidates. Solid outing today for Brant Herder. Riley Green's drawn a couple of walks. Nobody's had that big day yet. Riley Green will lead off. Ryan Watson. This is his first year in the major leagues. He takes over on the mound in the 8th inning. Interesting that he gets the 8th. Whitlock got the 7th. Line drive, base it into center field. Fastball middle, and Riley Green was on it. Sharp single to center.
Yes, Watson appeared in yesterday's game through 16 pitches. He's tied with Weissert for the team lead in appearances. And Riley just says, okay, you're going to come right after me and charge me because you're up by 3. And he's sitting there waiting for it and gets the Tigers off to a good start here.
He's been very hittable. He's not had much success in his first season in the major leagues. Dylan Dingler checks his swings. Called strike 1. He's debuting at 28 years old.
National
9
football
runs on
champions
13 hits in 12 innings with 7 walks and just 6 strikeouts. This is a hittable righty. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. Charging backhanding Story down to Kiner for left at second. Throw to first. Not in time. Bang, bang at first base. Dylan Dingler. Ooh, I thought that was going to be 2. Beat the throw to first base. Doesn't look like the Sox will challenge. Simple force at second base. 1 out for the Wenzel Perez.
Boy, that play by Trevor Story, just to get 1, that was a tricky hop over there in the hole. And boy, talk about just the technique of him going over the hole and just kind of taking that backhand and going up and catching the ball right through it. Beautiful technique just to get 1.
Ground ball to the right side. Comes up on Kiner for left. Bobbles picks it up, throws, and not in time to get Wenzel Perez at first. They might challenge this. We'll see. A little bobble. Kiner for left dropped it. And if it stands, the Tigers will have 2 on with 1 out. They are going to challenge. I thought live they got him.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so too.
Our first look on replay. Came up a little bit on Kiner for left, stayed with it through. And first replay, inconclusive to my eye.
Boston is challenging the safe call at first base.
The foot's on the bag. Crowd's cheering, but I'm not sure what they're cheering.
Or was it up in the air and the ball in the back of the glove? No, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me that's conclusive.
No.
Because the foot of Perez is coming down on the corner of the bag as the ball hits the back of the glove. That's considered a catch.
Right.
And you're kind of blocked on your view by the right foot of the first baseman, Contreras. From that view, we have not seen another angle. From that view, you cannot overturn this call.
No, because the heel looked like it was touching the bag, as you just described, with that ball hitting the back of the glove and the heel from Wenzel Perez hitting the front part of first base.
This replay brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. That can't be overturned. It has to be conclusive.
Spent a lot of time, too.
And even if you have another angle, Dan, you wouldn't be able to see where the ball is in terms of the back of the pocket of Contreras if you're looking from the other side. We keep seeing the same angle. Here we go.
After review, the call of the field is overturned. The runner is out.
All right.
Boston is returning that down.
Jesus.
Wow. Clear and convincing. That was not. 2 outs, man on second. Man. Matt Beerling, sinker, a little bit low, ball one. 6-3 Sox instead of 2 on, 1 out as it should be. Man, it's hot. 2 outs.
Yeah, still got hot.
Yeah, those looks that we saw with, just like you said, with Contreras' foot on the bag, it looked like Wenzel's heel was on that back part with the toe up in the air, with that heel on that front part of the bag.
Swinging the tap foul.
And they don't guess. They don't say, well, we think his foot was up in the air. It has to be clear. Yeah.
They had no look that showed that
we saw.
What the fuck are you
going
going
to
to
do? Different view from the first base side, you would not have been able to see where the glove was hitting the pocket.
Idiots.
First baseman Contreras at the time the foot was on or off the base. Chapman getting loose in the Red Sox bullpen. 6-3 Sox, 2 outs here in the 8th. The 2-1. Going away, 3-1. Man, this is a pitcher this is the guy. Get one more base runner, and they might bring in Chapman.
Yeah, I mean, you just got a break right there. You know, now you're in danger of walking Matt Beerling, get the tie and run to the plate.
Chapman looks like he's ready. Haiyu Lee in the on-deck circle. Matt today has a double. He has struck out twice. Lots of hard contact the last few days. The 3-1. High fly ball to right field, playable for a Brady. Goes back to his left. Makes the catch, heading toward the pesky pole a little beyond it. And to the bottom of the 8th inning, 6-3 Sox. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
Hey, what the heck is wrong with this thing?
Welcome to Morgan Wallen Radio.
What's happening?
Yeah, this game's lost. It's 8-3 now.
Morgan Wallen, what?
64.
Get out of here.
Pretty cool that I get to hopefully have an impact on somebody else being in charge of this station.
Morgan Wallen Radio, channel 64, and in the Sirius XM app.
Big moments bring us together. So do great laughs. Welcome to Sirius XM Pure Comedy. Clean stand-up, feel-good favorites, and laughs you can share with anyone.
You're in the shower, you're daydreaming, and then you can't remember if you shampooed your hair. Oh, please, I had to backtrack in my own shower.
No cursing, no stress. Just comedy that feels good. Pure comedy. Laugh more, feel better. Sirius XM Channel 98.
Remember the voices you grew up with? Jokes you heard 100 times and still laugh at? On Sirius XM Comedy Greats, the legends never fade. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers. It's an all-star lineup every time. No trends, no filters. Just the greats doing what they do best. Sirius XM Comedy Greats, Channel 94. Timeless laughs, always in season. Catch
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well lately, though, so I'm not too upset. Let me turn this around.
Celebrating the 50th anniversary of Billy's Turnstiles album, Channel 105, and on the Sirius XM app.
So pledged to eliminate the state's $750 million cap on film and television subsidies without saying how much that would cost. The collapse of film and television production over the last 3 years has cost California some 51,000.
I'll be right back. Taking you with me. Hi.
Just you?
Yep.
Right here?
Uh,
She's gonna sweep the floor over there.
I don't mind.
Okay. You know what you'd like to drink?
Coke.
Pepsi?
Iced tea. Unsweetened.
We just got sold out the rest of it.
Wow.
Because we close at 3.
I'm
You're
just-
good to stay, we just don't make tea this late.
Okay. Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Thank you. We fucking close at 3. I guess we could listen to the end of it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to order?
Yeah.
What would you like?
I'm just going to do a big boy.
The regular big boy?
Yep.
Okay.
Fries.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Why they're closing at 3:00? They might not have enough staff. It's weird. Our big boys were 24 hours up in Michigan. Mostly anyway. Beer the beers. Don't need to be scared. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'll go to Reds after this. Meet with some friends. Trimmed it. My barber has been in the hospital the last few weeks. Normally I get, look at this mop up here now. It's long for me. I'm not going to do shit. Kind of a hiccup, but we're dealing with it. Hopefully it'll work out. Doing what we can do. Been a few gut punches lately, but toughing it out. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Just curious, why do you guys close at 3?
We don't have enough help.
Staff?
Yeah, ever since COVID, Mondays and Tuesdays we close at 3. Those are
Okay.
harder days for us to get people to stay.
Gotcha. Yeah, staffing. They probably don't pay people shit either. I appreciate it. Easy. Doing what I can do. Being positive is not the best thing I can do right now.
It's probably our slowest evenings too, so it's their
Yeah, that makes
best
sense.
2 days
No, I
still.
get it. A lot of places are kind of cutting back a little bit like that.
It sucks. Nobody wants to work that much. It's not for the pay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
I remember what I was going to ask you.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's it, yeah.
There's a lot of institutional protections here, but it's the kind of allegation that I feel like, you got to make a statement and been like, that's categorically not true. I think he did. It's like it's
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But it makes it seem more serious that he's falling under legal action. I don't know that he got $250 million. I don't know that this means it's like the end of the Atlantic. On the other hand, like, these are the kind of lawsuits that took down Walker, so I guess it could result in something. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Walker was the Hulk Hogan tape release, right? That ultimately got
It's slightly different than like an allegation.
Yeah, and I think that reporters can. I mean, sometimes it's just true. Reporters can kind of hide behind anonymous sources for as long as they want.
I'm sure staffing would be better if they paid better.
I think he's winning this lawsuit because also with defamation, you have to prove damages. And so, was he fired from his job? No. Did he lose money in some way, shape, or form? I don't. You have to show all that stuff, especially when you're a public person. Like when you're a public person, you get to say, people can say whatever the hell they want about you because they know you're not going to sue. Because the best outcome would be that you would drain them of resources defending themselves in court. That's like usually that's the only win you can get, and that means you lose actual malice, that's very difficult to prove.
Right. It makes me wonder if one of the reasons that he's come out so intensely with the lawsuit, not just totally.
That's all right.
That report is bad and stuff like that all the time. The lawsuit is interesting to me because I wondered if it was a question about precedent set by the Trump organization, which is gotten I think it was the day not the Sun, some UK publications that cut audio and video footage.
Yeah, BBC did a lawsuit against the BBC, didn't they?
It was a UK-based organization, and he won there, and to that extent, it shows Trump administration officials there is support. On the other hand, it made me also wonder if Cash is concerned that this reporting, compared to the last year and a half, is starting to put him on shaky foundation with Trump. I mean, they did just oust Liam Bonnie, so to that extent,
And Christy Noel.
This is like halfway through the presidency. It's not crazy to me that Trump would be being ousted.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you could then make the case, like if he ends up getting fired, the Trump administration alludes to hey, this being this is the last straw and everything. Probably doesn't look great. Probably he might be able to prove it. I'm not sure. I would say that to me. I guess I don't know.
She's vacuuming. It's going to get loud over here. I mean, mute it. She gets close.
I guess he has to do something, right?
I guess she's going to get me a new glass. I have an issue endorsing either one of them, only because they haven't been Republicans for long enough.
I just wonder what he himself is a lawyer, but I just wonder what kind of legal counsel is there. Because his girlfriend also, she supervises Schaefer for a lot of money.
I don't know if that lawsuit ever happened. I know she was.
I don't know if it happened. At the time, there was some huge.
He called her a curry pot, right?
I can't remember what he said. I just know it was implying that she was facade. I don't know what. But it was a big number, and so maybe it's the shock value of being I'm going after you for this much.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't cost the problem. Half the problem with the litigation in this society is it doesn't really cost a lot of money to file a lawsuit. I guess there is some strategery.
Like Tulsi Gabbard for Secretary of State, though.
And the fact that I sued you will be people will see that and think it's fake. You know what I mean?
Or my proof that I was
I'm going to go to court. Yeah.
I mean, I remember when all that stuff was going on with Benny Johnson, the allegations about him, and he said there would be legal action, and the conversation we had, I think with Luke at the time, was he's got to do something, but I don't know that he ever actually did take legal action. Now, legal action can
be expensive, and also like it's not dragged out legal processes don't necessarily help you if you're also already the injured party.
Sure, you don't mind if
if
I
you're
sleep?
super rich, you can use lawfare to like Trump has infinite money. The BBC or whatever doesn't have infinite money. Whatever UK publication that had whatever to say about him. Even if you don't win, generally, because I think he settled with an American ABC as well. He got a settlement on ABC for the 60 minutes.
It was like a string of them back to back to back.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, Trump might have spent $30 million to settle for $30 million, but does ABC News have that money? It's very expensive to defend yourself in court, even when people are saying like, I know what people are saying about betting could have been potentially career damaging. However,
it'd be nice.
Damage his career. And, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, if he lost sponsors or whatever the case may be, ultimately, a lot of people talk a big game about defamation lawsuits, but almost none of them get filed because it's such an insane standard when you're a private person, not a public person. When you're a private person, it's a lot easier. When you're a public person, they can say whatever the hell they want about you, and you can sue them, and you probably won't win, but you can, you can hopefully, drain their bank account, I guess. Maybe that's the issue.
The other question is the timing of the publication.
Yes, she does.
Why now? It's not clear to me totally how long your reporter has been working on the story. Sometimes a story is published because the publication reporter knows there's something coming, so they want to be the first to advocate on something. Is there potentially a rumor in Washington that Kash Patel is next up on Trump's, switch to a different role or doing this? I don't know. It could just be coincidental that they were like finish the report and it's going to be published. I don't know about that, but it is interesting because there has been these consecutive restaffings in the Trump administration. People have been unhappy with Kash. I have no, other than trusting the order, I have no reason to get into any personal life or anything like that. But it does seem like the kind of thing that could tip the scales if someone was already on shaky ground with their boss.
Yeah, let me try this once. I'm going to try to see.
Did I give you the wrong bill? Sure did.
It's weird. I don't know. So mine's still super blurry.
It's fine. It's corrected now.
Yeah, it looks fine to me. Now I check the live, it looks good. Yeah, okay. There may have been like some,
Your camera's stuck here. This might have said good. That's all.
I even sent my camera a private message and I was like, hey, like, dude.
Hey, you're not here to fight your camera.
Yeah, you're making me look bad. And I don't like it. But interesting weekend, interesting news. We got some stories about Disney and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff going on. But I do got a quick shout out to.
Sorry, don't worry.
This studio because I can do this.
Yep.
And shout out to. There aren't enough F-bombs in the world, so someone fix that. There's a jar full of F-bombs, tiny ones.
They came back a little bit.
Words are a bad idea.
Ended 8 to 6.
That's how many F-bombs you're feeling. It's your F's again, now in bomb form. You can scan the QR code or click the link in the chat. use code for 10% off your tech order. Well, Branch, interesting thing. How people, it looks like you can see on the screen. There's a jar of things you can give people. So shout out to them. Yeah, I guess that pop could be whatever you want it to be. You know. So okay, so this looks better too. So I think
in my mind, those are like handcrafted by someone.
Yeah. I did some real-time tech support there to get this going, but
My actual nightmare, real tech support.
Cheeseburger.
I tried to do it once and failed miserably when we were on Timcast together. This story I thought was pretty interesting. I've got a couple different topics today, but if you're watching this later, this is just a segment from our live show. And we're live Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern, or Fridays at 1 Eastern. And this is a story talking about how Disney hits a new record as one-day park tickets soared to $219. And holiday prices will climb even higher. Walt Disney in Orlando has finally released ticket prices through October 2027, with one-day admission now climbing as high as $220 a person. This news on top applies to Magic Kingdom over the next year's President's Day weekend, up from $209, so up to $10 more. The same park's peak pricing this year and setting new record for Disney ticket worldwide. Tickets cost vary depending on kind of what it is. I know that much. You know, if it's a busy season or a slow season. You know, the most flexible options. I mean, the question I have is like, you know, how can anyone even afford this? Like when I was young, my family saved up for years to go to Disney. Like, I mean, I didn't save up, but my parents saved up to go to Disney. And $220 is, for a family of four, I don't know if kids might be a little cheaper, but I mean, okay, if adults.
I don't think they are. I think most kids they like have to pay the same price. Maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe if they're in a stroller or something, they might get off. But like $800 for a family of four just to get in. By the way, and pay insane amounts of money for food and you know, different, you know, all the food and drinks and.
That doesn't include parking. I could be wrong. Maybe
I don't believe it does.
Most people have to travel to Disney. That doesn't include like cost. Even if you live like in Orlando, right? Like you're at least spending some money on gas and parking. Most people travel way farther away. I watched this video on YouTube of this family. I didn't think it was like a family, right? Like, you know, mom, dad, third grade, fifth grade, little kids, and just they spent. I think it was like 5 days in Disney.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome. Whatever. I think maybe they paid for like the fast passes or whatever else.
You almost have to if you go though.
I mean, especially if you're gonna pay those things for 3 hours of fun for a ride, like is that even like you're saying, if you're saving up for a big family vacation, you don't want to spend money. I don't know. It seems crazy to me. Now,
Last time I was there was at Epcot. It was all right. Way too much money, though. Way too much money. Let's get out of here. Nope. Hello.
Yeah. How was everything?
Pretty good.
1441. Just gonna ask if you want to leave a tip on the card. Do you need a copy?
No thank you.
Have a good day.
Yep. Whew, full belly. hit the spot. All right.
Stop whatever you're doing because this could get out of hand. That is perfectly lawful behavior, and I'm sure that's what DHS is going to come back with. This will be removed to federal court and summarily dismissed.
Let me ask you that question. The whole thing about New Jersey, they're passing a law, and other states they're passing laws that say federal agents can't wear masks. I didn't know that they could restrain the federal government in that sense. But my question is to people on the left. Well, if you have a Muslim woman who wants to serve as a police officer, but also wants to maintain the modesty of her air fingers quote religion and culture, would you let her keep her face obscured?
It's Coffee Brand Coffee.
Well, and the statutes are
discount code indoctrination.
Aren't they? And I will also say the supremacy clause forbids states from directing federal law enforcement agencies on how to conduct their business. So any law that's like the masking law is an unconstitutional act. It doesn't matter. I mean, at some point they might try to, criminalize that behavior, and therefore it'll be contested in the courts as to whether or not that can even be criminalized. But again, if they did that, same process. Supremacy clause and the U.S. Code allow removal to federal court for state prosecution. We then say the supremacy clause trumps the state law. It's not even a law to us. The judge has to agree, right? I mean, there's just no other way to. I'm sorry, but Article 2 allows the president and all the other superior agencies to run their business. And the state of California or New York or wherever, they can't dictate back to the federal government on a single thing. Anything. Not this, everything.
All right.
I'm not worried about those laws either. That everybody's just sort of laughed at them because they're unenforceable.
Well, we're not talking about a 10th Amendment issue here. Okay, that's clearly not. No, we're not talking a 10th Amendment here, and we are talking about something that is exclusively the purview of the federal government. If you're going to say that state and local resources cannot be used to enforce immigration law, well, then the federal government has to enforce that law. Where would the state get the authority to restrict that? And I'll give you an example. When they say things like, "Well, you can't make arrests in sensitive locations," are those sensitive locations not part of the federal jurisdiction?
I've seen a lot of those hail signs there. Must have had a pretty good hailstorm out here last couple of weeks. I just saw that's like the third one I've seen.
A power that's not delegated to the federal government. We got lots of cops in the federal government. DHS, DOJ, FBI, ATF, DEA. We got all kinds of law enforcement, Treasury agents, right? You tell me that the feds can regulate all those, the states can regulate all those agencies. Nobody believes that with a functioning limbic system. Gavin Newsom doesn't even believe that. But this was catnip for the left. So they felt like, yeah, we got them. Oh, we can't enforce it. Dang it. Well, at least we didn't know. These conservative justices on the Ninth Circuit, right? It's just the absurdity of it. It really is laughable that this is even going on. If ICE, FBI, DEA, any of them want to come to Alabama, they get a big hug and a parade. You go to California, you get spat on and rock starring at you.
Jay Town, former U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Alabama, now Newsmax legal analyst choice. I want to play something for you. I live in New Jersey. We just had a special election. We elected, in my district, actually, New Jersey 11, a far leftist who makes AOC sound like Ronald Reagan. But now the state is trying to pass laws that, again, restrict the activities of ICE. I want you to listen to State Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, who's going to point out that they know they're wasting time and money because they can't use the state government to restrict the federal government. Play that clip.
For the love of God and all that is good, can you differentiate between the fact that we don't make laws that control the federal government? My God, what are we doing? I'm not a lawyer. I was an English teacher and I comprehend that. My fifth grade middle school English students would understand it. I am coming to you not from a point of ideology, because I know in the minority party, we already lost that argument. You guys are way out in the ether with that. I'm not even hoping to win the ideology. I'm hoping to win the logical argument to say, why do we keep passing laws that are going to end up in court, we lose, and the taxpayer gets shafted over and over and over? You cannot vote yes for a law that controls local, county, state, oops, and federal. No! Federal's got to come off. For this to count, the only reason why you're passing it is to affect federal agents. Hello? Lights on, no one's home. I'm not an attorney. I need a freaking honorary degree after going through this for 4 hours yesterday saying, what don't a room full of lawyers understand? Ludicrous. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Jane, I got to give her credit here. I'm not trying to win the ideological argument. She's like, I'm not trying to change hearts and minds. I'm trying to appeal to people who know better that you're just wasting our resources on defending laws that will ultimately be overturned by the Supreme Court.
Right, or by any competent district court. I mean, how about this? State Alabama passes a law, or New Jersey. You have to pay federal income taxes. What? What's the problem? What's the difference? There is no difference, right? The IRS is a competent federal agency, just like ICE and CBP. The state of Alabama can't control any of those agencies. So that woman was right. I love her passion. And we really can't try to convince them that they're wrong in their desire. We do have to try to convince them that their results are not going to work out, and therefore this is wasted energy and money and time. That might be the only way to get them back to reasonable set. But they are going, as she said, and I just don't know if there's enough of them.
Well, I did see there's a back and forth now between the mayor of Seattle and the Seattle Police Union, because Katie Wilson and Michelle Wu, same thing in Boston, wants people to call 911 on ICE. In Seattle, she wants Seattle police officers to start following around ICE agents. And the head of the union is like, look, you can't have us do this, okay?
It's easy. 21, I think I'm charges.
What is that? All right. You can't have us do that. It's almost like people who don't understand how the law enforcement symbiosis works wants cop on cop, gun battles.
Yeah, again, part of me just believes that this politics plays. And it is an absolute one waste of time. And I mean, think about the resources that you would just be wasting by following federal law enforcement around. Just what? So I mean, at some point it could be obstructive. And at that point, those cops that are obstructing, those Seattle PD or Boston PD officers, they will be arrested by the feds in charge. It's well, the mayor told me to do it. I don't care who told you to do it. You can't do it. And my law is bigger than your law. So it's just, you're putting these officers in such a point of dire straits and peril, legal peril, professional peril, that it just, the politics, again, to think that the mayor battle, that they care about you little people, they don't. This is national stage stuff. They are just hoping to make headlines because their political brand increases either at home or around the country or both. And that is the only goal of this nonsense.
Well, it's also just ignorance on how these law enforcement agencies, divide themselves, but also come together, right? Law enforcement, the fact that they put out a warrant for him in Hennepin County. I mean, first of all, that's kind of weird because he works for DHS. Obviously, the FBI can find him whenever the hell they wanted, or HSI, right? What were they expecting? Him to get pulled over maybe for like running a stop sign in somewhere else? And they go, well, now we got to take you in.
Well, it's even worse for than you said. They put out a nationwide warrant alert on him. So if he's pulled over anywhere in the United States, and they choose to honor that warrant, he'll be detained. Yeah, DHS, though, he's working today for DHS. They're not turning him in because they don't think he did anything wrong. This guy's not on the lam. He's not on the loose. He just isn't in Minneapolis anymore. And that's fine. And I guarantee you, the Hennepin County District Attorney has never put out a nationwide warrant for a second-degree felony assault where there was no interest. In the history of the county, I bet you it's never happened.
All right, I got to leave it there. Thank you for the time. Thank you for joining us, J-Town, former U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Alabama. Now you can see him on Newsmax. Thanks for the time.
Anytime, thanks.
All right, 1-695 Patriot 957-2874. So this is basically a power-hungry DA who doesn't have the authority to do what she's doing. But all right, good. Sirius XM Patriot.
From the era of burn CDs and sidekicks to late
Burn CDs. I did mixtapes. I mean, I eventually burned CDs, but I did mixtapes back in the day when they would tell you what song was getting ready to play, and you'd be ready with the record button to record off the radio.
on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your
I used to hate the DJs that used to talk over the beginning and end of songs and ruin your mixtape.
With all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-475-1818. That's 800-475-1818.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's building
Dick Durbin, Dick Turbin.
credit card security, putting your personal data
Turbin.
at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the electronic payments.
And we're coming into construction season with a bang. Oh, yeah.
Family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. The best place to get life insurance.
A lot of the big ones are all AI calls now. And if you end up actually trying to talk to them, eventually you might get a human, but
so your family is protected.
first part of the conversation is always with an AI.
Spring is here, and while I've been doing the usual cleaning around the house, I started thinking, what about cleaning out my body too? And after months of heavier meals, sweets, and maybe a few extra drinks, I wanted something simple to help me feel better day to day. That's why I started focusing on my liver, the body's natural detox system. I've been taking active liver from New Nordic, and I really love it. It comes in 2 easy-to-take tablets or peach mango gummies, and it's made with ingredients like turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract. Your liver works hard every day. Give it a little extra support that just makes sense. Since I started taking it, I've noticed better digestion, less bloating, and more consistent energy, all without doing anything extreme. Find Active Liver on Amazon. Just make sure it's from New Nordic or pick it up at CVS, Wegmans, or now available at GNC. Give your body not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Finding a shirt that actually fits shouldn't be this hard. Untuckit's figured that out. With over 50 size and fit combinations, slim, regular, tall, and relaxed, there's a fit for every guy listening to this ad. Short, tall, big or small, we've got a shirt for you. Polos, button-downs, linens, and incredible pants. One place, every occasion. So visit us at Untuckit.
No, they won't. They'll send you letters or come see you directly to your face. IRS generally sends a letter, and if you don't respond to the letter, they just come to your house.
It's about the wholesome, beautiful, glorious grandeur of a country without compare. A nation of people.
But yeah, this is the time of year where they really just scammers are calling in, trying to get you to. If you make a quick payment over the phone, we'll remove you from our list. Suck it sideways.
One thing and one thing only. That's what we're doing here. Rational thoughts, part of the lookout majority. We operate on facts, and the fact is we all depend on our vehicles to get through the day. But simple math, the indisputable data is the older that your car gets, the higher the probability of major failure. Don't let a blown transmission blow your budget. That's why
Blow your budget.
Caution. For 20 years, Caution has been the name American trusts to help keep you off the road while other companies stop covering you as the vehicle ages. Okay? Caution will offers flexible protection plans, month-to-month plans for vehicles up to 200,000 miles. Over $1 billion in claims paid. They don't just promise protection, they deliver it. The rate you lock in now is the price you'll pay for as long as you cover that car, period. This economy, that's strategic reliability. Get 20% off today by visiting carshield.com/willcow. That's carshield.com/willcow or call 800-619-6488. 800-619-6488 or carshield.com/willcow.
Chicago or the Constitution? You decide. The locale majority.
Ozzy's Boneyard. I could be a DJ in Ozzy's Boneyard. I know a lot of the people live there. Striegel, Cavino. The gig you did, side gig. What do you think? It'd either be Hair Nation, or it'd be Boneyard. Maybe Turbo, because I was there in the early 2000s, but definitely not Octane. That's all the new stuff. I'm not going to claim to know it well. I think it could be a DJ on Boneyard. 1-695 Patriot 957-2874. Oh boy! Headline CNBC. Cash Patel sues the Atlantic for $250 million over alcohol abuse claims. FBI Director Cash Patel on Monday filed a lawsuit seeking $250 million in damages from the Atlantic magazine, claiming defamation in an article that alleges he abuses alcohol. Patel over the weekend had vowed to sue the Atlantic for the article published Friday, which carried the headline, Cash Patel's erratic behavior could cost him his job. The FBI director has alarmed colleagues with episodes of excessive drinking and unexplained absences, the article's subheadline reads. Patel's 19-page suit was filed in U.S. District Court in Washington. The civil complaint also names the article's author, Sarah Fitzpatrick, as a defendant. Patel's suit said it seeks to hold the defendants accountable for a sweeping, malicious, defamatory hit piece. Defendants are, of course, free to criticize leadership of the FBI, but they crossed the line by publishing an article replete with false and obviously fabricated allegations designed to destroy Director Patel's reputation and drive him from office, the suit alleges. The complaint says the magazine and Fitzpatrick published the article with actual malice, despite being expressly warned hours before publication that the central allegations were categorically false. Well, okay, it says Patel's suit lists 17 specific claims made by the article as being among the allegedly numerous false and defamatory statements of fact about him. They include claims that he's known to drink to the point of obvious intoxication in many cases at the private club Ned's in Washington, D.C., while in the presence of White House and other administration staff. They drinks to excess in the Oodle Room in Las Vegas, where he frequently spends parts of his weekends. And then on multiple occasions in the past year, members of the security detail had difficulty waking Patel because he was seemingly intoxicated. Now, I'm wondering how the courts are going to react to this. He's a public figure. I mean, it's a pretty far stretch to get a libel suit and get from a public figure. I mean, I don't know how that's. And then again, it's going to be Washington, D.C., where there's Boasberg and Chutkin and the rest of them. I'm sure there's no shortage of judges in Washington, D.C. that hate people like Cash Patel. But he's a public figure. It's all right. I mean, it can be totally false, like the Steele dossier false. But whatever. But this is pretty good. Ken Paxton has announced a lawsuit against Act Blue for deceiving donors. Now, that's interesting because if you remember the big controversy about Black Lives Matter, you weren't really giving Black Lives Matter money. You were giving your money to Act Blue. And if they are less than forthright about where the money is going, well, then that might be something that attorneys general have to look at if what you're dealing with is fraud. And it sounds like there is a lot of fraud over at Act Blue. So none of this is surprising to me. Let's see, is there any audio that we have to get to before we get out of here? Kamala Harris. Oh, yes. Senator John Ossoff. Play cut 5.
Today we face a president who's embarked on this unmistakable project not to lead us, but to rule us as subjects. He deifies and enriches himself as he adorns the White House in gold and raises a massive force of masked federal police.
Okay, the Trump derangement syndrome is out of control. I see now that there's a federal judge trying to stop the construction of the 250th anniversary ballroom. And I didn't know that judges had purview over how the White House amends itself. I mean, the physical structure. But apparently that's something a federal judge is trying to do. Let's see, Liz Warren. Let's play cut 8. Kamala Harris is teasing once again that she is going to run for president, and I would like the Democrats to explain why you have Carville out there telling Democrats we're gonna pack the courts, we're gonna have amnesty, and all, but don't run on it, don't talk about it, just do it when you get elected. And he's not kidding. What's gonna happen if Gavin Newsom, who feels like I was kind of the first to put together the nascent organization, you already had your chance and you lost. What's going to happen if the primary includes Harris and Newsom? And do you think, I would love to ask James Carville, I would love to ask any Democrat strategist this, do you think a Newsom-Harris ticket could win a nationwide race, both being from California? Play cut 8.
Hey everyone, so I'm here in Charlotte. Since the start of Trump's war of choice, it's $15 more every time you fill up your tank of gas. The price of diesel has now gone up 80% since the start of the war.
Bullshit.
And you best believe that's going to carry over to how much you're paying for all the goods that are being transported on those semis. We've got a president who is paying more attention to what he thinks is in his best political interest and personal interest as opposed to what is in the best interest of working people in America.
Less than 50% it's gone up.
The Democrats didn't give a flying F about the price of gas when Biden was president. As a matter of fact, some Democrats saw it as a good thing because then I guess you weren't polluting the environment. There were some Democrats that said, maybe we should have these lockdowns every few years, for planet Earth, while calling other people fascist. Saying we should be able to lock you down whenever we want for, planet Earth or whatever. Oh. And they call other people fascist. I still haven't gotten a Democrat to explain to me, how is Donald Trump a fascist? What civil rights have you lost since Trump has been president? What new powers has President Trump amassed that other presidents haven't had before him? That's the thing they don't want to admit. What power is Trump exercising that all presidents before him did not exercise? Now you could say, well, the War Powers Act only came into existence since 1973. Okay, fine. Has every president since 1973 had that power? Well, yes. So then Trump is not unique and is exercising a power, rightly or wrongly, that Congress gave to the president. Congress doesn't give a power to a president, they give it to the presidency. If you want to revoke that, I'm fine with it. But don't tell me you want to do these things because of Trump. All right, we got to get out of here. Coming up next is the Sean Hannity, then the Stacey Washington. We are approaching rapidly our 20th anniversary, August 9th of this year. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like, at vocabmajority. We're right, they're wrong. That's the end of the story. The arguments on this radio program cannot be broken. Sirius XM Patriot.
Spring cleaning isn't
man, they're redoing this pretty quickly here. Surfacing here. Look how clean that cement is.
Go to My Computer Career. My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years. Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Life moves fast between work, stress, and everything else on your plate. The last thing you want is to question your performance in the bedroom. If things are not working like they used to, you're not alone, and you don't have to settle. Rugiet offers personalized treatments that help you get hard, stay hard, and feel confident when it matters most. Their doctors work with you to find something that fits your body. Their best-selling treatment, Rugiet Ready, is a mint that dissolves under your tongue and combines 3 clinically proven ingredients. It helps increase blood flow and get your mind and body ready fast. Most men feel results in about 15 minutes, with effects that can last up to 36 hours. If staying in control is the issue, Rugiet's Go Long helps you last longer and stay in control. Over 400,000 men have already made the switch. Getting started is simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor online, and your treatment ships discreetly to your door. Go to Rugiet.com/willcount for 15% off. That's RUGIET.com/willcount. Rugiet, performance medicine for men. Hey, employers, quit being and consider offering an affordable medical plan. The Claim Doc Dual Option Approach. Wouldn't it be nice to offer a major network option for the executives who can afford higher premiums and deductibles while offering a significantly lower cost medical plan for most of your employees? Well, cheer up. Now you can. Ask your broker about the Claim Doc Dual Option Approach and stop being by offering a plan your employees can no longer afford. Visit Claim Doc.
Barrels are in the wrong lane. A lot of dirt here too on the freeway.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Paul Agnew in Washington. In Tehran today. The country's foreign ministry announcing the U.S. had attacked an Iranian cargo vessel. The U.S. says that ship was attempting to skirt around the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports, so the ship was disabled. Pakistan, meanwhile, hoping for a successful round.
They warned them. They're like, clear your engine room. We're about to fire into it. We don't want to blow up and sink your vessel, but we're disabling it because you're ignoring us. That's what they did too. They fired right into the side of the ship, right into where they knew the engine room was. I need to find that video.
This road here behind me leading to Islamabad's main tourist attraction, the Faisal Mosque. You won't be seeing many cars or motorbikes on here today. In fact, whole areas of Islamabad are expected to be turned into pretty much inaccessible so-called red zones over the next few days. That is correspondent Philip Crowther reporting. A refund system for businesses that paid tariffs, which U.S. Supreme Court eventually struck down, is scheduled to launch today. Reporter Bernie Bennett has more details.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection says importers and their brokers were able to begin claiming refunds online beginning at 8 a.m. It's the first step in a complicated process that also might eventually lead to refunds for consumers who were billed for some or all of the tariffs on products shipped to them outside the United States. In the 6th Street decision, the Supreme Court ruled in late February that President Donald Trump usurped congressional taxation authority when he set double-digit import tax rates on products from almost every other country. Bernie Bennett reporting.
And more tensions in the Strait of Hormuz means oil prices once again are going up, and that causes stock prices to be weighed down. Right now, the Dow off by 60 points, the high-tech NASDAQ up by about 80. More of these stories.
Maybe next time, don't ignore the warnings they gave them.
I talked to a lot of great companies. Very few of them actually literally surprised me, but Fellowship Home Loans sure did. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian and the team there have been helping families do something most people think is more complicated than it has to be. Get into a home, lower their rate, or tap into equity they didn't even realize they had. Everything in Fellowship is done in-house. One group, one great team, all with a servant-led mentality. From your first phone call to closing, you're going to get people who know you by name. They'll know your situation. They treat you like family. They're also offering a free mortgage checkup right now. Don't miss out. Rates are lower now than if you purchased or refinanced your home in the last few years. Many Fellowship customers are saving hundreds of dollars a month when refinancing, and there are no payments for 2 months. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
Weather officials have confirmed there were at least 2 more tornado touchdowns during Friday's outbreak of severe weather in the Midwest. National Weather Service forecaster David Cousins says that is in line with expectations for this time of year in the Quad Cities.
As you go from the winter season into spring and summer there's that transition season. Or, with the weather's transitioning there where you're going from the predominantly colder air to the predominantly warmer air. And we tend to get more intense storm systems this time of year.
A lot of people wondering why gas prices have gone up so high, even though the U.S. produces a lot of its own oil.
When the war started and the Middle East oil was disrupted, even though the Middle East oil is only about 25% of the global total, it caused complete disruption.
As economist Steve Moore, he says that the U.S. can do only so much to keep global prices in check. More from townhall.com.
Yeah, Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. He was in great health.
Guys,
out of nowhere. Had a stroke.
What the fuck is he doing?
And super hard, obviously.
A little bit early to get over there, bud.
My dad, life insurance. So even after he passed away, he was still able to provide for my mom. And of course, by extension, my brother and I. This is why insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com. Because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. 10 minutes. You're covered. Your family is covered. You get $2 million in coverage for $2 a day. That's a 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. We don't like to talk about death in our culture, but everyone's going to die. You are going to die. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Slater. Rates may vary throughout the month.
Interesting. Box truck out of Michigan.
Slater.
This Mother's Day, treat all the wonderful moms in your life to rich, decadent brownies from Vermont Brownie Company. Hi, I'm Shauna Litsky, founder of Vermont Brownie Company. When I started 10 years ago, I had one goal in mind, to make the best brownies around using the freshest ingredients. Today, we have lots of delicious brownie flavors, including maple toffee crunch, peanut butter, and our award-winning dark chocolate chip brownie that beats
Sap or something on one of my wipers.
All of our brownies are baked in Vermont using local farm fresh ingredients and rich Belgian chocolate. And every Vermont brownie gift is shipped free in beautiful Mother's Day packaging. Order soon because time is running out. It's easy. Go to VermontBrownie.com. That's VermontBrownie.com. Don't wait. This Mother's Day, show your mother, daughter, wife, grandmother, every mom you love just how special she is with a delicious gift from Vermont Brownie Company.
So let's call Trump's Iran policy for what it is. Not Operation Epic Fury. Operation Epic Failure.
We've got a president who is paying more attention to what he thinks is in his best political interest and personal interest as opposed to what is in the best interest of working people in America.
I got married in Canada after my first year in law school. With a huge reception thrown by the Hunter family.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome
to the revolution. Yeah, we're coming to your city. Don't let our guitars and sing you a country song. Sean Hannity. The Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America.
All right, thank you, Scott Shannon. Thanks to all of you for being with us. Happy Monday, if there ever was such a thing. Glad you could be on board. Another day, the craziness in this country is so out of control. I mean, I'll just give you a sampling of the news that I read every day that we often don't even have time to get to. Mayor Brandon Johnson. Restaurants have ties with slavery, so we need reparations. Who's going to want to open a restaurant in Chicago? You have one sitting U.S. senator. I don't know if you saw this one. Goes overseas trashing America, bad-mouthing our president as a tyrant. Donald Trump is trying to end our democracy. He's trying to seize control. Most significant threat since the...
Well, we never had a democracy, so...
Where do these people come from? How do these people... What makes them think? This is how crazy this is. By the way, that's Chris Murphy of Connecticut making that stupid remark. Then you got former Vice President Harris, not exactly the smartest woman in the world, saying about the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now remember, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Barack Hussein Obama, all said that Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. We all learned that they had, 460 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium. 12 days later, that can be weapons-grade uranium. He entered a war, got pulled into it by Bibi. No, he didn't. He's just lying. And she's not very smart. Let us be clear about that. Entered a war that the American people do not... What would she be doing? Nothing. The Iranians would have a nuclear weapon if she was president. It'd be a disaster. Linda, did you see the Chinese humanoid robot shattered the world record for a half marathon? 15 minutes, 26 seconds.
So scary.
No, it's not scary. Why is that scary? That is called the future. And the future is now. It's not it's not somewhere in the distant future. Why does that scare you?
I want robots to have their own category. I don't want them racing against humans.
No, I like it. I like that a lot. I don't know why. I thought it was funny as hell. The robot wins. Now, I will tell you this. For the average American, for all you listening to my voice today, I'm telling you, you're going to have an option to have a robot in your home that will mow your lawn, clean your dishes, vacuum your house, take care of mundane chores, and you won't ever have to do it again. And it'll probably come with updates that every year the technology will get that much better. Letitia James won't release her tax returns. You want to know why? They will make that determination. Her staff. You won't make that determination.
Hey, Eggsy, I want you to send me at least a waist-high picture of yourself. I want to make something cool with it. I think you'll like it.
I mean, Nike.
Text it to me.
What's so offensive about that?
Or,
you're offending walkers in marathons. Walkers in marathons are called a waste of time. What, you can walk 26 miles. I wouldn't want to walk 26 miles. I know many of my friends have run marathons. I have no interest in training to ever run a marathon, ever. Did you see in your former beautiful state at a New York City intersection about 100 cars involved in this video unfolding a Queens neighborhood as mobs light fires on the streets and the cars spinning around? It looks straight out of the Middle East. Unbelievable. I've seen many, many times before. Women living under Hamas rule in Gaza describe to the Daily Mail how they have been sexually abused by the terror group's fighters and forced to have sex in return for food aid. Now, do you believe it or not? Marxist commie Mamdani, you believe in democratic socialism more than I did the day before. This is pretty bad. Wonder why people are leaving New York in droves. Eric Holder explains the GOP measure in the Commonwealth of Virginia tomorrow. I hope you people of Virginia are smart. If you're a conservative Republican, understand that even though Trump got 46% of the vote, and you had a really good governor that could only serve one term, Glenn Youngkin, who's now gone, and you have Abigail Spanberger, who's concocted this idea that she wants to take away pretty much all representation of any Republican in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and she will design and redistrict seats so that Democrats will get 10 seats, Republicans will get 1. Wow, talk about one-party rule. And then Chucky Schumer made the statement, we played it last week, we'll play it again later, his idiotic, James Carville made it, Democrats win and win the House, both houses of Congress and the presidency, Puerto Rico, D.C. statehood, and pack the Supreme Court. He's saying the quiet part out loud. That is the future of your radicalized Democratic Party. That is just a primer that we don't even have time to get to every day. Let me get to where we are with Iran and where the president is. And there's going to be, I guess, one more round of negotiations in Islamabad tomorrow. He said, quote, and the media doesn't want to listen to him, and if they would listen to Donald Trump, they'd know more than they currently do. It's pathetic that they have such little curiosity in terms of knowing Donald Trump. But the deal we are making with Iran will be far better than JCPOA, commonly referred to as the Iran nuclear deal, penned by Barack Hussein Obama and sleepy Joe Biden. One of the worst deals ever made, having to do with the security of our country. It was a guaranteed road to a nuclear weapon, which cannot happen.
Waste time.
We're working on. They actually gave $1.7 billion in cash, by the way.
There's a reason. You're going to want it.
Loaded into these cargo planes and flown to Iran for Iranian leadership to spend any way they saw fit. They emptied out the cash from banks in D.C., Virginia, Maryland. Those bankers said they'd never seen anything like it before. In addition, hundreds of billions of dollars was paid to Iran. If I did not terminate that deal, nuclear weapons would have been used on Israel and all over the Middle East, including...
I need at least a full-length or a waist-high picture for it to work.
Lightweight Washington Post journalist David Ignatius...
No, it didn't crack before. I already have this picture.
Knowing that it was dangerous and a complete embarrassment to our country, that was the lowest of the low. It really was. Please be nice to us. We'll drop cash and other currencies and give you billions of dollars if you just give us your word you won't build a nuclear weapon for 10 years, but it won't include anywhere, any place, anytime American inspectors. Anyway, so
shit!
It will guarantee peace, security, and safety. Not only for
man, the fucking holder for the streaming phone just popped off the suction.
Yeah, of course I'm not surprised that there is, wow. That you have
turn this around.
Internal battle for power to fill the vacuum now that the supreme leader is dead. When the president goes on, it will be something that the entire world will be proud of instead of years of embarrassment, humiliation that we have been forced to suffer due to incompetent.
Some bitch just popped right off.
And that's the message from Trump. He said the Democrats are doing everything possible to hurt the very strong position we are in with respect to Iran. Despite World War I lasting 4 years, 3 months, 14 days, World War II lasting 6 years and 1 day, the Korean War lasting 3 years, 1 month, 2 days, Vietnam lasting 19 years, 5 months, 29 days, Iraq lasting 8 years, 8 months, 28 days. We could have added Afghanistan here. They like to say that I promised 6 weeks to defeat Iran, and actually, from a military standpoint, it was far faster than that. But I'm not going to let them rush the United States into making a deal that is not as good as it could have been. I read the fake news saying that I'm under pressure to make a deal. This is not true. I am under no pressure whatsoever, although it will all happen.
It's a phone wreck.
Time is not my adversary. The only thing that matters is that we finally, after 47 years, straighten out the mess that other presidents let happen because they didn't have the courage or foresight to do what had to be done with respect to Iran.
This was actually off when I got in the car earlier today.
Weak and pathetic Democrats, traitors all, who for years have been talking about the dangers of Iran, and that's something has to be done but now. And since I'm the one doing it, they're belittling the accomplishments of our military and the Trump administration. This is being perfectly executed on the scale of Venezuela, just a bigger, more complex operation. There's result will be the same. In my first term, the greatest military our country has ever seen, including
that was weird.
Force. In my second term,
Why?
properly and
I'll have to find a new one. This one has a tendency to do this a lot in the heat. It's not even warm out. It's only 51 degrees out.
Now, this is, none of this is easy. I don't know why people think that, we just look at these rockets, destroying military targets. Oh, this is easy. No, it's not easy. None of it's easy. It's all hard. It's all complicated, and it's all with the right mindset. I have zero patience to try to convince stupid people that Iran was not on the verge of nuclear weapons. And then he dealt with the elephant in the room. Iran decided to fire bullets yesterday in the Strait of Hormuz, a total violation of our ceasefire agreement. Many were aimed at a French ship and a freighter from the UK. That wasn't nice, was it? Our representatives are going to Islamabad in Pakistan. They will be there tomorrow evening for negotiations. Iran recently announced that they were closing the strait, which is strange because our blockade had already closed it. They're hoping us without.
What's this hanging off of this truck here?
They lose with the closed passage. They're losing $500 million a day. The U.S. loses nothing. In fact, many ships are headed right now to the U.S., Texas, Louisiana, Alaska to load up compliments of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, always wanting to be the tough guy. We're offering a very fair, reasonable deal, and I hope they take it. Because if they don't, the U.S. is going to knock out every single power plant, every single bridge in Iran. No more Mr. Nice Guy. They'll come down fast. They'll come down easy if they don't make the deal. And it will be my honor to do what has to be done, which should have been done to Iran by other presidents for the last 47 years. It's time for the Iran killing machine to end. So either you agree with that or you don't. It's not an issue that you can actually dispute or debate with somebody. People make up their mind. There's no point. Now, one other issue the president dealt with, and this has been one of the big lies told by the legacy media mob and told by liberals in general, radical leftists, and told by these isolationist groups that think many of which, by the way, it's so interesting, many actually got an audience with the president and tried to appeal to the president, both before Midnight Hammer, before Epic Fury. I think many of them are just angry that the president didn't agree with them. So they make these proclamations that he's listening to Israel, he's listening to Fox News, he's listening to Bibi Netanyahu, Mark Levin, Sean Hannity. No, the president, if you know him, he makes up his own mind and not even go to the White House and sit down in front of him and try to convince him of anything. Israel has never talked me into a war with Iran. The results of October 7th added to my lifelong opinion that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. He said, I watch and read the fake news pundits and polls in total disbelief. 90% say they are lies and made up stories. The polls are rigged, much as the 2020 presidential election was rigged. Just like the results in Venezuela, which the media doesn't like talking about, the results in Iran will be amazing. And if Iran's new leaders, regime change, are smart, Iran can have a great, prosperous future. I keep saying, and I have been saying for how many days, Linda, that they're going to either do it the hard way or the easy way. And there's one other thing that this president pointed out, especially in light of NATO nations, Western European nations that have neglected homeland security, national security, their own national security, national defense. We pay 2/3 the cost of NATO. They have destroyed their economies with radical climate alarmism and socialism. They have unfettered illegal immigration without assimilation, resulting in no-go zones, Sharia courts throughout Europe. It's insane. The president made this operation. Whether people like Israel or not, they have proven to be a great ally of the United States of America. They are courageous, they are bold, they are loyal, they are smart. Unlike others, they have shown their true colors in a moment of conflict and stress. Israel fights hard, and they know how to win. By the way, the president's right. Europe is pathetic and weak and in decline, and I don't even know if they can recover at this point. I'd say the odds are actually low, which is pretty interesting. That's basically where we are. This is not going to be a forever war. It might be a little more challenging, difficult. There's going to be a conclusion, and at the end of the day, whether it's the guys with guns or the guys in suits that ultimately have the decision-making capability in Iran, this is going to come to an end.
And America will win, and we'll get what we want, and Iran will never have a chance to have a nuclear weapon for our kids and grandkids. And if that is not something worthwhile to you, I can never convince you, and I'm not going to waste my breath. If you're paying $70, $80, $90 a month, big wireless for unlimited data, that's insanity, especially when Pure Talk, a veteran-owned company, my wireless company, is going to give you unlimited high-speed data, only $34.99 a month. Now, unlimited high-speed data at Pure Talk used to start at $55 a month, but because Pure Talk is constantly pushing to give you more for less, well, you can now get unlimited high-speed data for just $34.99 a month. So, if you've looked at Pure Talk before and didn't make the move, now's the time. And if you're wondering, is Pure Talk, is their network as good as the overpriced big carriers, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile? Okay, try it out for 30 days. There's no contract. There's no cancellation fee. You have nothing to lose. And they use the same cell towers and exact same 5G network as the big carriers. Average family saves over $1,000 a year for the same service. The switch is simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, claim unlimited high-speed data, $34.99. Again, pound 250, keyword save now. Make the switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Question: how many liberals does it take to make a common sense statement? Yep, you're right. Fake news is not even possible. You're locked in on the Hannity Show.
Wesley Financial Group is not an offer.
Ask yourself this question: is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-848-1331. That's 800-848-1331. 800-848-1331. What if you found out that you were giving up more than 20 yards off the tee? How about knowing you could hit approach shots 18 feet closer to your target? SST Pure can put these gains in your bag now. We're the global leader in golf shaft alignment technology. Golf shafts aren't perfectly round or straight. This creates losses in distance and wider dispersion throughout the bag. SST Pure has been on the PGA Tour for over 2 decades. Visit SSTPure.com for details and to find the licensed fitter nearest you. Put more distance and better accuracy in your bag today with SST Pure.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and raid somebody in a minute.
They tell you to be afraid.
Welcome back, Jared.
And they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4181. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4181. That's 800-575-4181. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If one of your goals is to live healthier, here's an easy place to start. Your water. It's surprising how many impurities can end up in tap water. Lead, microplastics, PFAS, even pesticides. Many of them you can't taste or smell, but they're still there. And no one wants that in their daily routine. What you do want is cleaner, great-tasting water you can trust. And that's exactly what Aquasana delivers. Aquasana water filters reduce harmful contaminants while leaving you with fresh, odor-free, delicious water. You'll notice the difference right away in every sip, every meal, even every shower.
From whole house systems to undersink units, Aquasan offers high-performance filtration that's low maintenance and eco-friendly. Join the thousands of families
Quieter today.
and start the year drinking with confidence. So make the switch that supports your healthy living goals. Visit aquasana.com and use promo code SXM to get up to 50% off select systems. That's AQUASANA.com.
All right, let's find
SXM. Because healthy living starts.
good stream to
Maybe this is YouTube. There's enormous
send you guys to.
frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven you can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. Easy.
Nope. Okay, it's not live. Well, what the fuck, dude? So get Russell Brand. It's an interesting one. Good for 420. Let's go with that. All right. GDTV. Cannabis Growers Edutainment. Okay. Eggsy, we'll go ahead and send you guys over to some educational stuff for today. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you later. Grow Daddy TV nonstop. Peace, everybody. Loves you. Tell them I sent you.